Hello, my name's Steve McGrew. I farm with three other brothers and a nephew. About 7 years ago, we installed the OP Blue system on our grain bins, and then we've added a bin on it since then. We like the Blue system because we don't have to have a computer running all the time, and it updates it. And from my house 10 miles away, I can see everything, and we can turn the fans off and on manually if we have to in the house. Otherwise, we put it on automatic, and it surprised me how much less the fans run now, because before you would turn on at night maybe and run till the morning or run it all day or something, and you always over dry grain when you do that. So we with the fan shutting off, when the moisture gets to below the parameters, then it just shuts off, and so it's really been worked out well. It turns the fans off and on, and you can see the history and how many hours it's run, and the monitoring of the moisture and the temperature has been really nice. There's been several times we see a hot spot starting to develop in the top of the bin, so we can take action right away, and it's really been a good system. You get a lot of dollars of grain in a bin, and even telling how full the bin is more valuable than you would think. You can look in there, well, we've got about this many bushels left, and it's been a nice system. And we've gotten along well with HTS Ag. They've installed everything, and if we do have any problems, they've come down and replaced a part or something if need be, and can monitor it with us and that. So we've been very happy with the system. Yes, so they're big bins, and there's two 20-horse centrifugal fans on each bin. And drying natural air in the fall and early spring is a slow process, so you need all the help you can get. It might be hard to dry a point in the fall and maybe a point in the spring. It's just hard to do with natural air, so we need all the help we can get. And when you just shut that off and on, you aren't adding multiple layers. You don't get a wet front coming up or a dry front, and it's just a better way of doing it. In the past, we had a mechanical system, which was okay. You set the parameters for the humidity and the temperature, and it would shut off and on, but it didn't have near the range, because if it was cold, your humidity parameters might not be the same as if it was hot. And so this is as good as you want it. You can set it to be very, very tight and only come on a little bit, or expand your limits a little more and have it run more hours at first, and you can just do what you want. They've made a pretty good system for it, and I like looking at the history and see what you've got. Yeah, the run time's been slashed on the fans, because before you might run it 12 hours a day or something, and now it might be more like 2. And we do have a wind turbine that generates our own electricity, so that helps with the cost of that. But the greatest thing is to not over dry your grain. Too wet a corn is not as damaging as too dry a corn. You haul 14% corn and you've lost a lot of corn weight. And so that's been the biggest benefit, to not over dry the grain.